question or anything that you think that you want to share, just unmute your mic, then you can go and share anything. Because this session would be, I think, not very formal. It's just a macam relax parking session lah, for tonight lah. Okay, so myself, macam Suhaila has introduced myself, I'm security lead, and I'm involved in a few session on sharing my knowledge on AWS, on network security, and also I am a PhD candidate. Please make dua for me. Okay, then yeah, we go first from the background or the history of Wireshark. So actually, Wireshark is started with Jiratcom. Okay, and in May 2006, Jiratcom actually went to work for CACE. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is a company lah, and actually this company develop what you call as a WinPicap. WinPicap is a plugin or a module just to integrate with the PCAPs or the packet level of Wireshark. I think not packet level Wireshark, packet level of the format of the packets to interact with any kind of software that we can analyze or visualize the PCAP itself. So unfortunately, he had to leave the ethereal trademarks behind because of some issues of copyright and everything. So this is the pictures of Gerardcom. Dia ni tinggi sikit lah, okay. This is me and this is my wife. It is on the Sharkfest Conference 2019. I was there at Berkeley University, California, on 2019, and I was presented also one of my papers or my findings of my research on experimenting the PCAPs and the Wireshark, analyzing the traffics on Wireshark with some Elasticsearch, because I'm correlating the Wireshark, the PCAPs on the Elasticsearch. Okay, so this is the original press release on Jiratcom embarking to the from Ethereal and join CACA Technologies. So it was on 2006. So you can write this statement. It's very detailed how Wireshark getting its name from Ethereal. Okay, and yeah, and we can see Wireshark itself has contributed a lot to a lot of integration of any kind of software that we use to analyze the traffic. Okay, so because the power, the engine of the Wireshark actually make it easier for us, a network administrator ataupun system administrator, to analyze the traffic, to analyze or to understand what is happening on the traffic or what is happening on the protocol, the network protocol itself. Okay, so this one is available online. You can search online. So this is I also put the source code. No, not the source code, the URL lah. So you can read it out. Okay, so this is the among of the Wireshark developers lah. Okay, so they are consists of is it actually is an open source project. Everybody contributing to the codes, and I mean, to develop the codes, to improve the codes without any macam payment lah, because it is open source. Okay, so this is among the developers. So this one is, I think this picture is on 2019 also at University of Berkeley, California. Okay, yes. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Saya dah, okay. So okay, thank you, Suhaila. I think maybe I will disable my video because takut dia apa, my connection not stable kan. Okay, let's see. Okay, I was on 5G. So I will stop video. Oh ya ke? I don't know. Saya tak tahu macam nak buat, tapi selalunya kalau maybe kena apa ni, kena move along your phone kot, jadikan dia macam apa, horizontal ke, if possible. Okay. Stream quality, maybe I put the frame rate. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, boleh nampak slide saya? Anyone can see my slide? Okay, thank you so much. So, okay, thanks. Okay, this is the developers. Among developers, ada yang kawan lah. So, they are very kind to share the knowledge because during the Wireshark conference ni, because they actually is a Wireshark education apa ni conference. They call it as a education conference because they are sharing a lot of things in terms of fundamental of the network tau. It's not just sharing the technology, how you can develop or take advantage of Wireshark. They also sharing the fundamentals of the knowledge itself. So they usually call it as a Wireshark education punya conference ah. They are amongst the developers. Okay, so who uses Wireshark? Okay, basically this tool can be great used by everybody. Tak kisahlah if you are the security researcher, hacker, or a network administrator, system admin, you can use it to optimize a network performance issue ataupun to analyze your network traffic punya protocols. And Wireshark dia runs around dissecting network. Means it can macam it can forensic, it can uh, uh, dissecting means it can separate all the network levels packets and showing the packet details to any concern. Let's say you want to see at the UDP level or you want to see inside what happening on the TCP. So actually Wireshark is visible everything on the network itself. Basically macam more specific to TCP lah because we are bukan having a lot of issues. Mostly we are using the TCP protocol ataupun TCP model lah, okay, network model. Beside TCP IP consists of UDP and whatnot kan. So this is what we need, okay, to actually to understand, okay, what is happening under the hood lah orang cakap kan, okay. And if you are one of those who deal with packet level networking, so this is the right tool lah. This dipanggil defector ataupun dipanggil apa? Is a must tool lah for everybody. Because if you're having the problem with the network, let's say kita punya network ada latency issues. So how slow is slow? We want to understand. So it consists of the latency issues. If the latency is big, the number is very big, very huge, means we have some issues with the connectivity to others endpoint. So from there we have some evidence, we have some numbers to understand why does it's going to be slow on the networks. Okay. And also, it's considered one of the most essential tools for network security by the ethical hackers lah. And every apa ni hit colors of ethical because hackers because yeah we want to understand what is actually running on our networks, what is running inside the cables, okay, from A to B to C, okay. So everybody, okay, can use Wireshark lah because it's very easy and it's very understandable and it's available online with the free and open source punya apa ni punya idea lah. So yes. Oh iya ke? Oh oh okey kejap. Saya screen change windows. Uh, okay. So sekarang macam mana? Okey tak? Ke nampak? Oh okey. Sorry lah saya tak biasa dengan Discord. Kalau Slack tu biasa aja. Okay, change windows. Screen maybe I'll share my screen code screen 2. This one is screen 2. Okay. Okay. So okay. Maybe I put it here. Um sorry. Okay. Jelas eh? Okay, thank you Sela. kat mana tadi? Okay, who uses the Wireshark? Okay, nasib baik kita pergi lagi deep dive lagi lah. Kita baru introduction. So kita ada sejam kan? So maybe I will speed up. Okay. Okay. Okay, kalau lebih tu saya cas lah nanti. Tak mahal kan? 1,000 je selalu. Okay. Kejap saya dah terubah saya punya window. Okay. Kejap. Okay, nampak tak? Okay. Full slide Full slide. Okay, cantik. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Okay, who uses Wireshark dah? Okay, definition. So kita nak move. Okay, we are now going to the network forensic. Okay, so what is network forensic? Actually, network forensic ni macam is like a branch, sub branch of subtopic of digital forensic. Okay, is a digital forensic sama. Okay, and it relates to the monitoring and analysis, computer network traffic. It's not about hacking lah, but towards the hacking process, if you want to understand what's happening, the information gathering or intrusion detection. So we need to understand what is happening on the network. So that's what we call as a network forensic, because we want to deep dive, we want to understand, we want to investigate. So those things are the keywords behind the network forensic. Okay. So sometimes the network traffic is transmitted and then lost. So how does it happens? So we want to understand. So which type or which point that the network congests. So we want to understand. And forensic is often macam kita buat proactive investigation. Means is very thorough lah. That's why Wireshark is dissecting the networks, because we cannot see macam kita nak tengok our network problems kan. It's just not going to have the ping process je tau. We just nak tengok latency. It's not just the ping to apa ni 8.8.8.8 ataupun google.com. We want to understand what is happening on the network itself. So that's what we call as a network forensic. So we can see macam ada setengah consultation company they are doing the network forensic to investigate, okay, to understand what is happening on the network. Sometimes with the sophisticated tools, with the sophisticated punya devices, we cannot see because it's sometimes overwhelming. But Wireshark ni they very easy to understand, and sometimes it's overwhelmed, but it's not because of the data, because sometimes we don't focus on what the things that we want to see. So actually Wireshark is actually giving us an idea on how we can investigate the problems with our networks. Okay, so next slide. Okay, so to understand the network, so we have to understand jugalah the difference model of the network itself lah, the protocols. Sometimes benda ni kan has been discussed every time during the Wireshark conference, because we want to understand what is different between OSI models, what is different between the DARPA layers, and what is the difference between the TCP/IP protocol suite. So they are actually a reference model for a network itself, because we have macam RFC kan, actually they are rules, okay, rules that govern the network itself lah. What is the transport layer, internet layer, the network layer itself. So we have to understand which and which. Okay, macam ping ICMP, web on HTTP, ataupun sekarang dah quick. Okay, is quick as happen to be at the TCP layer. Samba, the sharing file, SMTP email, DNS, okay, our name server, apa semua. That's the thing that we have to understand based on the protocol suite. Okay. And TCP/IP model, they consist of four layers lah. Dia ada application, transport, internet, link layer lah. So every model ni actually they are following the diagrams, and they have a different sets of protocol allocated it. And for sure lah, to understand how to use a Wireshark, we have to understand how those model they embed to the network itself lah. Okay, so this is the model that we have to say. Okay, so now, okay, last but not least, okay, before maybe I will show some use case lah kan, on the network forensic punya style, or on network forensic punya analysis punya style, the three-way handshake lah. Macam biasa kita bagi salam, ada orang jawab salam, Assalamualaikum, Waalaikumsalam. The third one, sometimes actually dia ada jawapan juga, but on the network itself, there is a three-way handshake. There's a rule of the protocol. It's not protocol lah. There is a macam a style of communication between the client and the server. Okay, between the client and the server. So sometimes, let's say we are on our laptops, okay, Mac ke Windows ke apa, okay, when we go to our browser and then we put URL, let's say runcloud.com ataupun runcloud.io, okay. So whenever we want to connect to runcloud.io punya website, so actually we on the client side, boleh lukis kat sini ya. Okay, sorry. We on the client, okay, we on the client side will send the connect ataupun sync signal to the server. Okay, let's say we are here, client, and then we want to go to the runcloud rc.io, let's say lah. Okay. So whenever we send a connect, okay, actually we are sending the sync punya status kepada the server. So the server will listen and accept. So let's say we are using the right URL and we don't having any problem with the connectivity and we have no problem with the apa Wi-Fi ke apa semua, then the server will accept. Okay. Yeah. Maybe some Chinese language there. Maybe you can mute your mic. Okay. Suhaila, can you mute the mic? Okay. So okay, thank you. Okay, so whenever the server listen and accept the connection, he will send the sync message to the client. So the client will establish the connection. And whenever the client receive the sync status from the server, so again the client will send the acknowledgement punya punya signal ataupun punya respon kepada server, to the server, the server will accept and returns, then the connection will be established. So that's how the connectivity, the network works on the TCP three-way handshake. Okay, this one we have to understand how it works. It is not a magic lah. It's contains on the RFC lah. Okay, so this is what happened under the hood on the network itself. Okay, so let's move out to the first use case. So usually I always practice to open up my my Wireshark ke ataupun T-Shark ke. So this one is actually is a PCAP, sample PCAP from the, I think this time that time was in airport court dekat at the at the San Francisco, California airport. So what happened is that during listening to the networks, okay, I saw some of the a traffic lah, actually traffic apa ni, okay. You can see here WLAN IX very wave radio tape capture. So okay, here's my question. Saya boleh jawab, what is the WLAN with the wireless LAN IX very wave radio tape capture? Can you guys answer on the chat? Can you guess what is actually the radio tape capture? As the name suggests lah. Is there any answer? Can I see the chat? Ada chat punya window ke, Suhaila? I didn't see any chat window here. Okay. So ada sesiapa nak jawab soalan ni? WLAN IX very wave radio tape capture. Tak ada. Tak ada Okay. Actually, the WLAN IX very wave radio tape capture is a device you can search, you can Google. So usually, okay, on the I think on the enterprise level of network, they are usually deploy what you call as a radio tape capture. So anything that you do on the network itself, they will capture everything. They will record your traffic. So this is what happening on the San Francisco airport. they are actually record they are capturing every kind of traffic that runs that use their networks because they want to analyze. Okay, so sometimes it violated the what they call as a macam our privacy or confidentiality. But sometimes we have to actually we have to agree whenever we are connected to the public Wi-Fi, inclusive dekat mana-mana pun, actually we have to comply ataupun we have to agree on anything that they are deploy on the network. So this one is actually IX very wave radio tap ni actually is a tapper deploy on the San Francisco Airport punya infrastructure network lah. So this is the one use case that I found from the capturing the traffic. Ni macam a simple capture. Okay, actually this one is very simple capture. So I find out that there are macam bukan malicious lah. Actually is a device that deploy on the network. But unfortunately, maybe network guy dia tak sorok, tak rename ataupun tak hidden the product name. So actually it is visible on the network lah. So again, Wireshark dia dah dissect the traffic and I found this as a one of the device yang ada dekat deploy dekat network dekat airport San Francisco. Okay, this is the first use case. And the second use case, okay, ini macam agak apa nak taklah susah. Is a concept lah. Is a concept of finding ataupun to figure out the TCP duplicate acknowledgement. Okay, and the fast transmission. Why it's happened to be a fast retransmission? You can get the sample PCAP from the QR code. You can scan, and if you have a Wireshark, I actually tak demonstrate lah how to install Wireshark. You can actually you can play around with the installation. It's very straightforward. Just next, and then finish. So just open this file, the TCP dupac PCAP ng. So you will find out what is actually the TCP duplicate acknowledgement and fast retransmission. Okay, so the sequence number ataupun the acknowledgement numbers is obtained from the sequence number plus bytes of data received. Okay, so actually this time we want to analyze what is happened to the network. Why our network is slow? Bukan slow. Why our network cannot access to the other endpoint ataupun the other ends? Why it is happening? So again, we have to. I tak demonstrate how to placing your Wireshark kan, but you can just okay macam ni kan. Okay, let's say this is your host. Okay, this is your recipient host. Let's say from here to here, you want to access this host. Let's say this one is apa ni gov.my, a website lah on the HTTP. Okay, application layer. Okay, you want to access the government.my, but you're having a problem. Okay, during the transmitting the PCAPs ataupun this the frame, the network, you are having difficulties, a slowness maybe ataupun a packet loss and whatnot lah. So from here we can analyze. Okay, basically the acknowledgement number out is obtained from the sequence number. Okay, let's say the sequence number is 5,000 and the data size would be 500. Okay, so the acknowledged number would be 5,500. So this number must be consistent lah. So whenever the sequence number plus data size will be 6,000, and then the sequence number 6,000 again plus data size would be 500, would be 600, 5,000. So what happened when we want to detect the packet loss? Okay, the detection of packet loss by data recipient is made possible through the sequence number. Okay, sequence number. Okay, so usually again the acknowledged number is obtained from the sequence number plus the bytes of data received. Okay, so we will get the acknowledgement number. Okay. Faham ni? Okay. So this is what happened when the packet is duplicate. Okay, during the sending the packet, the first sequence, a 5,000 sequence, okay, plus 500. So it will be 500 and 5,500. So what happened if the sequence number jadi 6,000? 6,000. Suppose the acknowledged number is equal to the sequence number. So what happened when the sequence number is not equal to the acknowledged number? It will send a duplicate ACK. It send a duplicate ACK number one. It will send a duplicate ACK number two because recipient tak detect. Supposedly dia dapat 5,500, but unfortunately dia dapat 6,000. So it's mean a duplicate ACK. So the recipient will send the duplicate ACK back to the transmitting host. Number one, number two, number three, and to conclude the connection, because the three-way handshake, okay, it will goes for the fast retransmission. Okay, so you can see here the sequence number 5,500 plus 500, it will be 6,500. Okay, I can show you the, okay, this card, the sample picket. Kalau ada yang dah buka tu, okay, so this one, the sample picket. Okay, suppose kita dapat ni lah, the acknowledgement number 1310973186. Okay, but unfortunately kita dapat, we receive the sequence number equal to 1310984130. It is not equal. Okay, so that is why the recipient will send the TCP duplicate ACK number one, and then they receive number two and number three. And to conclude the connection, okay, it will send the TCP fast retransmission. So it will close the connection. So this is what happened under the hood lah. Whenever it's happening to be the TCP duplicate ACK. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, TCP is a TCP duplicate ACK. This one, the sequence and acknowledge analysis is derived from the Wireshark. It tells you that this PCAP, this frame is actually a TCP duplicate ACK. Okay, something happened to the network because it's keep on sending, because something missing here. From the frame number one to frame number two, something is missing. Maknanya masa kita hantar PCAP tu, sepatutnya kita hantar gambar, kita hantar maybe a text file, but unfortunately, okay, but unfortunately, where is my slide? Okay, so okay, we go back here, but unfortunately, suppose, okay, right, okay, the sequence number and data size would be 5,500. But unfortunately, from here, the first sequence number is 6,000. Okay. So what happened is, it tells you, okay, the recipient host will tell you that it is a duplicate ACK. Because suppose they get the 5,500 kan, tapi dia dapat 6,000. So they will send a duplicate ACK, and another duplicate ACK. So the last one is a fast retransmission. Okay, after the fast transmission, so the acknowledgement packet will close everything lah. Okay, this is what happened when the duplicate X happen from the recipient result in the fast retransmission. Okay, this one is a use case number 2. Okay, tersilap ni, patutnya use case number 2 ni tersilap. Saya tulis sekejap Okay, discard. Okay, this one is use case number 2. Okay, and use case number 3. Okay. 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 So, okay, use case number 3, TCP retransmission. You can get the PCAP, the sample PCAP also here. You can scan and then you will obtain the sample PCAP. Okay. Kenapa slide saya? Okay. Okay, what is TCP retransmission? Tadi TCP duplicate act. TCP retransmission dia ada, it's happen to be macam actually a TCP error recovery features, because TCP ni dia actually dia ada satu uh, methodology to actually answer to every connection. Kalau UDP kita tahu, UDP macam contoh protocol UDP is a DNS kan. It just send the traffic. They will not respond. So whenever we send the traffic on the UDP punya level, we actually do not know that the traffic is received or not. As compared to TCP, dia ada satu features. Dipanggil sebagai TCP error recovery features. So during the TCP retransmission, actually the TCP retransmission is the ability of a host to retransmit packet. Is one of the TCP most fundamental error recovery features lah. Okay. Actually, it is to combat the packet loss. So whenever the packet loss, okay, retransmission will take action lah on every packet yang loss. Okay. Contoh the example of the packet loss including malfunctioning application, routers under heavy traffic, okay, or a temporary service outages. Okay. So whenever the packet is sent, but recipient has not sent back to TCP packet, okay, referring back to TCP three-way handshake, the transmitting host assume the packet was lost and retransmit again. Okay. So the RTO ni retransmission timeout ni, the value will be double. Okay, it will be double. The max number retransmission. The max number of retransmission attempts depends on the value that we configure dekat on the OS ataupun operating system level. So usually we don't actually change the kernel punya configuration lah, unless we know what we are doing lah. That's why sometimes kalau when it comes to the vertical punya tuning to actually to mitigate atau to combat the packet loss, sometimes kalau macam the kernel hacking punya level, ada a few our friend dekat Malaysia ni boleh buat kan. Actually they are looking towards the configuration on the kernel level to improve the network experience, okay, to combat the packet loss. So basically the way the TCP retransmission happens is following the RFC 6298. You can check lah what is RFC 6298. Okay. So the concept again before we go to the analyzing the PCAPs, what is the concept, okay, of the TCP retransmission punya process? First, we send the data. Okay, we are on the transmitting host. We send our data to the recipient host. Okay, then we cannot send because something happened at the recipient host. Maybe dia punya router problem, ataupun sebenarnya it is not available at all, ataupun it's having a few a huge traffic. To another thing lah, the Windows. I don't explain the Windows 0 punya issues here. Okay, so what happened before the Windows 0 ataupun anything that with regards on the recipient host punya issues, they will retransmit the data again. Okay, first time. On the second time, it will increase, it will double the RTO ataupun dipanggil apa, retransmission punya timeout. So the third one, it will send and it times 4, the fourth one and the fifth one. So if no response means the connection will be terminated. Okay, the connection will automatically terminated. Okay, so if you refer, okay, if we are referring to the PCAPs, I will show you the sample PCAP. Okay, the TCP retransmission. So if anything happens on the 10.3.71.7, Okay, let's say the machine is having a problem with the router ke, okay, ataupun the machine we have an outages macam maybe the machine pun tak up, okay. So what happened on the second frame, it will send the data again. PSH mean push, it will push, okay. We can see the from the expert info or the notes here suspected to be retransmission. So it will transmit again. So the time data would be zero point 0.2. Third level of the third frame, it will double the time, it will triple, and lastly, it will close the connection. If the connection doesn't success. This is what happened under the hood lah. So then we as a network forensic investigation will tell at our customer on that we have having a problem on the other end, not our side lah. Okay, maybe we have outages, or maybe the machine is out of, it cannot take any more of the packets, or maybe happens to be a problem with the routers ataupun switches on the other side. Okay, okay. So that was the TCP retransmission. Any question? Tak ada eh? Question? Tak ada. So this one is a TCP retransmission. Okay. So the third ke? The fourth use case. This one is quite interesting lah kan. I actually I don't want to I mean uh, I don't share others apa ni other issues. We have actually macam ada hot issues on the network level. But basically I just want to have a discussion with you guys lah on the botnet attacks. Okay, the botnet attacks. Okay, usually on the ICMP level protocol. Okay, I did some screenshot here. Okay, we can see whenever the botnet attacks ataupun a command and control by the attacker to obfuscate to hide, okay, under the a legit network protocol. Let's say they want to do the SSH tunneling via ICMP. It can be done. Okay, usually is a command and control punya issues, or we call it as a botnet punya attacks. Okay, is a botnet attacks. Okay, someone, the attacker, is actually compromising the victim host with the command and control. Actually, kenapa saya punya slide is moving? Okay, so let's say the what happened on the command and control server, the command and control server. Okay, usually the command and control server. I think my slide is moving around without, I'm not controlling the slide. Okay, so usually when the bot ataupun the server has been compromised by the attacker, actually the attacker will deploy a few codes, okay, or I don't know, maybe we can call it as a apa, bukan botnet, dipanggil sebagai rootkit, some rootkits, ataupun some, it will deploy a malware on this machine. Macam kita boleh relate to the Mirai attacks, it send a trillion attacks on the DDoS. Okay, so the attacker will deploy codes on the compromised punya machine. So from here, it will deploy the command and control server to actually obfuscate or to tunnel the SSH through the ICMP. So this is the sample capture. Okay, even it is on the ICMP. Okay, is a ICMP protocol. from the Wireshark you can see, okay, is actually a tunneling via ISMP. Is a SSH tunnel by the ICMP. Okay, from Wireshark we can analyze this. It's very you can use the codes macam there are a few codes for testing tunnel. You can actually demonstrate, but you can use on the education purposes lah to deploy to understand what is happening under the hood. So Wireshark actually visualize the traffic would be the ICMP, but under the hood, under the ICMP itself, is contain an SSH protocol. Okay, we can see here. Okay, so this one is a fourth use case that you can find out through the Wireshark punya um, visualization. Okay, I think I think that's all from my sharing tonight. Four use cases. Okay, so there is lot there are lots of use case that we can understand through the macam TCP zero window. Maybe I can share you during my analysis. But this one is quite positive lah. But I think for the education purposes, we can share. But please don't mention my name. I mean not mention my name lah. I mean maybe we can just for the sharing purposes lah. We share one slide because we have time. Okay. Okay. Okay, last time masa kita having the problem to register the what you call MySejahtera punya bookings for vaccinated. I managed to capture the traffic and it's from vaccine COVID .com punya website lah. Basically what happened that time, because everybody uh, can access the website because of the what you call as a TCP zero windows, means the other end cannot receive any more traffic from the macam from the host punya request. So that is why uh, the server will send the zero window. Zero window means it cannot accommodate with the traffic anymore. Okay, so we can see here. Okay, actually is a HTTPS means it's on SSL, but I managed to um, what you call to downgrade the SSL, so I can see a few of the codes here. Not the codes lah, it's the data here. Okay, so basically it counts the numbers of registration from here for Kuala Lumpur. It is a JSON type of data. So you can see here is a vaccinecovid.gov.my, and it is on the S3 lah. So the S3 cannot actually receive any more data lah that time. So not because of the S3, maybe because of the configuration, the server itself, because I believe there is a host before passing back to the JSON, because the S3 is just a storage, a data storage for this kind of data lah. So anytime we update our information to have the appointment date, it will actually update the data here. Okay, so basically, during this time, I was decrypting the HTTPS. I don't cover this time lah untuk decrypting the HTTPS. But from the decrypted punya process, the decrypted HTTPS, I can see what kind of data that they receive or that we are sending lah. So the most suggested to protect our data, not just on HTTPS, we have to use the QUIC protocol. So on the QUIC protocol, there is no way for Wireshark untuk downgrade the HTTP ataupun the SSL. So I think most of industry level, including Facebook, even around cloud, we are using the QUIC protocol. Means there is no way for us to downgrade the HTTPS. Okay, this is the only extra lah credit for the network forensic punya investigation lah. Okay, so I explain what is zero window, window size machine. Zero window means not zero windows, not the OS. Window means there is something that the size of the machine. Okay, the size of the machine. Okay. Okay, the TCP session, the size of the machine, the size of the window that the recipient have during the session. Okay, it's like a TCP receive buffer lah. Okay, so in many Windows machine, okay, Windows, okay, this one is example for Windows machine. The value is around 64512 bytes. Okay, whenever the size is occupied, so alert will be the zero window on the expert view. Okay, so to troubleshoot the zero window, so we have to increase macam maybe we have to have a good load balancer. I believe that time was vaccine COVID, they have their own load balancer, but maybe they need to improve the way how they handle traffics, because they are receiving a lot of, I think, a huge number of traffic from Malaysian citizen kan. So that's why the TCP zero window happen lah. Okay, so maybe you can study more on TCP zero window, maybe we will have a session on the TCP zero window so that we can analyze the traffic and we can understand what actually the TCP zero window is all about. Okay, I think Suhaila, that's all. If you guys have any question, you can ask you can ask me during this session, or maybe you want to have something to say. I think that's all. Yeah, Suhaila.
Right, so
Yes. There is no such thing as question. Yeah. Waalaikumsalam. Sila. Boleh. Oh, quick protocol Quick protocol, ya. Quick protocol ni macam satu protokol yang kita gunakan untuk layer level HTTP lah, for application layer. So usually we can deploy on the application layer punya protocol. Usually now, current tradition, we just do the HTTPS. It's still on HTTPS, but on the different protocol. It's a quick, so maybe the spelling would be the quick protocol Quick protocol, yes. Quick, yep. Okay. So example of quick. Okay. This is the quick protocol. Okay. Ini saya lemah sikit. Maybe Hadi boleh tolong kot. Hadi saya punya boss. Hadi ada tak Hadi? So usually we in the run cloud we actually using the quick protocol lah. Okay, quick protocol is deployed on the run cloud punya platform. Okay, so for example, you can do the the apa ni, quick analysis on the quick protocol. Say, so let's say kita buat live punya apa ni analysis Okay, so uh, okay. So maybe I will stop this traffic and then do some host host runcloud.io. Okay, okay. Maybe I'll put this side by side. Okay, yeah. Oh, bukan sini rasanya. Manage. Okay, kejap Okay, start. Okay, this one is quick protocol. Okay. So to deploy the quick protocol is on application layer. It's same, but actually dia berada di apa di protokol yang berbeza. Still on the TCP, but it's on the quick. It's not on the HTTP ataupun SSL, but still is a layer of TCP. On TCP layer, is on TCP layer, but is on macam a different protocol. Okay, not different model lah, is a different protocol. How to deploy it, I'm sorry, I cannot answer the question specifically on the application punya level, because I'm not the to answer that question, because I don't know how we demonstrate how to deploy the application on the cloud. Maybe you guys can help me on this. Why not kan? But to decrypt this traffic, okay, to decrypt this traffic, there is almost impossible. Okay, on the HTTP ataupun SSL, we can decrypt the traffic using a few ada few ways of decrypting the traffic. But on Quick, there is no way. But now developers from Wireshark, they are trying to come up with something lah. Maybe we just can understand how the Quick protocol works. But to understand in detail how to decrypt the traffic, I still don't know. I cannot answer that question. And how to deploy the traffic, and also I cannot answer also lah. So I'm sorry. I only can analyze traffic. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Digital forensic. Okay, digital forensic one of the pillar of digital forensic is network forensic. But to learn the digital forensic, I think there are a few channel lah. I usually you can digital forensic ni dia you can found you kalau yang paling simple, the simplest one, you can go for Udemy lah. There is macam you have to buy something. But to start off, maybe you can start analyzing the, let's say you want to do macam malware analysis, a part of digital forensic, or maybe you want to macam brutal skate on the hardware physical forensic. That there is another chapter lah, because I'm not into very deep on the untuk digital forensic lah. Okay, but on network forensic, yes, this is the way to understand the network itself. You can play around with the IDS, you can play around with the Wireshark for the starting point, and you can understand. But on the network forensic itself, you have to understand the protocol. You have to have the strong knowledge on the protocol. The TCP lah specifically. UDP yes, but mostly we are using the TCP. Okay. So yeah, I cannot answer that question also for digital forensic, because it is not my type of my cup of tea lah. Okay, maybe others can help me. Yeah. Oh, that's that. Okay, it's a good question. So to be honest, actually last time Wireshark we have bukan we have lah. We got one certification WCNA. Okay, okay. This one is a Wireshark specifically on the saya tak print tak ni tak share screen. Oh yeah. So yeah. But we have some issue on here because last time Wireshark punya certification WCNA is the one and only lah certification that recognize you as an expert in the Wireshark lah. But last few years there are some issues lah with the Laura Chapel. If you know Laura Chapel is a legend lah. Okay, Gerard Com and Laura Chapel. You can see here Laura Chapel. Laura Chapel, she's the one introduced what you call as a WCNA. Okay, she's the one who founder of WCNA. So you can learn from here WCNA certification, and also you can also have the Chapel University certification. There is two ways of understanding on the Wireshark itself lah. But last time I think on 2019 there are some issues lah with Laura Chapel and and Gerard Com ataupun a Wireshark team because biasalah dia ada some apa some issues lah. I cannot reveal more lah. I cannot tell you more. But yes, you can learn from her. She's a woman, and she was an expert. And also, if you are doing your degree, most of the TCP/IP books are from Laura Chapel. Okay, she is a technical person and also a hands-on experienced person. And I believe you can communicate with her on the email, on Twitter. He will answer your question because I did. And there are a few various numbers of Wireshark itself lah, Wireshark certification for neo forensic. So it's a good start. Even it's a good start. It's not easier, but you can obtain the certification. Okay, if you are doing the testing and you do the prep, then you will get certified lah. Other than that, you can go. Yeah. Okay, okay. Oh wow. Okay, basically, actually when you are on the macam a big picture lah, on the helicopter view, whenever you are doing digital forensic or hacking, anything related to cyber security, you can demand lah. Anyway, okay. First and foremost, you have to have the fundamental. Let's say you want to do a secure coding. Okay, for example, secure coding. Okay, like what we did in cloud and more towards secure coding, you have to understand the codes. Okay, but another level to understand on the security, for the security purposes, you have to understand, you have to do some research on OWASP. Okay, I can show you. You can involve yourself with the OWASP project. Okay, you can get a lot of machine here tools, and more specifically on OWASP top 10 lah, is a policy that we have to understand for the secure coding, number one. And number two, for digital forensic, you have to actually understand. Let's say you want to do the hardware forensic ataupun the operating system forensic ataupun the malware analysis forensic or reverse engineering. There are a lot of channel lah, including in Malaysia we have Elite Ghost, for example. Elite Ghost it's not a foundation lah. Is a group of, bukan crazy group of students. Diorang dah kerja dah semua. Then they initiate one project with the Elite Ghost punya name, and then they do their sharing and class and frequent updates frequent meetups on the security project, and it's free. Sometimes free, sometimes ada bayar, tapi actually you can learn from there if you want to do the hacking lah, or a blue team or red team. Blue team is a offensive kind of apa ni security apa ni defensive is a blue thing. Okay. For the macam malware apa ni reverse engineering more towards a forensic is another level tau. There bukan tak banyak, tak ramai, but sometime on the malware kind of stuff, binary, they are macam some weirdo lah. You have to understand. They are a platform over there that you can explore. Okay, but still you have to understand. Okay, the kernel process. Okay, the operating system process, the codes. And also, janganlah join Dragon Force. Bukan, tak boleh join Dragon Force, bukan. I mean, there are lots of, ada satu lagi channel, I forgot, yang siapa ni si Zul Helmi, Zul Fahmi, sorry. Zul Fahmi also conducting, bukan conducting lah, dia Zul Fahmi Facebook. So actually there are some apa ni a movement, bukan movement lah, not this one, I forgot apa ni his name apa Fahmi kot, Fahmi. So Fahmi mana lah ni, saya boleh lupa nama dia. Oops. From OWAS. Allah, saya pernah lupa nama dia. Siapa nama dia? Zul Fazli. And also we have macam OWAS punya Malaysia punya channel. So usually you can follow OWAS Malaysia channel because there are a lot of macam dulu selalu ada meetups, okay? Ada sharing, but now diorang semua dah busy, but actually that was macam this one Zulfahmi, okay, Zulfahmi, okay, Parks, okay, this one is one of the community lah, you can follow as well for learn on the security, okay. So don't stop, there are lots of way you can learn. One of it is, yes, here, okay, you can get knowledge macam sometimes is a very macam Krenovator kan. There are lots of data scientists, big data, hacking, programming. Just join and get involved, get to know everyone. Then insyaAllah you will get the knowledge lah. Slowly but surely. Hope that answer lah. Okay, Sohail lah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Since you are still on the job or hiring area, I just have a
Yeah.
question. Okay, for
Okay.
example, like I'm doing my master's in cybersecurity and digital forensics. So
Okay.
after graduation, what is the hireability chances without having any certification? For example, the Security Plus or
Okay.
any certification, just having your degree and your master's, the hireability, because obviously out of master, for example, you don't have really the working experience in the field of cybersecurity or digital forensics. You just have the academic background.
Yeah. That's the what you call a question lah right now. Not in Malaysia, not just in Malaysia, because I talk to my friends in abroad. There are some not issue lah, a challenge with the universities graduates and the and industry needs, industry requirements. And but still, the problem with cybersecurity field is not about we are not producing a good students tau. It's not about not producing, not because of your degrees, your master is not good, but we have lack of numbers of people that are expert. So you have to on cybersecurity, it's all about hands-on. It's all about you are doing research, not just doing research on the creating or developing a good papers on to be published on the certain journals or conference whatnot, but you have to actually come up with something that can contribute back to the industry or to your country. That's it. If you can come up with something that actually helping others, for example, you are developing a tools to analyze the vulnerables website or to have some proof of concept that this is a malware ataupun there is some issues on you only validating the things. Okay, sometimes you will get none of, I mean, none of the findings. But on cybersecurity, it's just about experience, the methods. For example, ethical hacking. You are doing the hacking, but actually, the most important thing is you are following the standards, the models, the step by step of having to find out the vulnerabilities. Okay, number one. And number two, on cybersecurity, there is a simple way of methodology to get a job. Very simple. You get to know not just a company to hire that you will get into the company. No, you just have to be on the community. If you get along with the community guy, sometimes they are the important peoples inside one company, whatnot. And if you know this guy, you actually try to being friend with him or to her, then he will share to you what's actually the needs, the requirement on the industry. So from there, you can start to have a project. For let's say you are doing your cybersecurity master degree, let's say. So and you are doing your digital forensic. So you have to be specific. What kind of thing that you want to achieve? Let's say on digital forensic, what type of digital forensic? Let's say you want to analyze the binary or the honeypots analysis, blah whatnot. So from there, you try to engage with the industry. So you try to find out what is the problem on the industry, what they are very liking to know or to do with the people, with the students, with the university. Then try to make your hand dirty, do the mistakes, run the project, do the research, and please do mistakes. Whenever, whichever you are do the mistakes, you will learn something, because the mistakes will help you to increase your knowledge. And lastly, lastly, if you have macam an extra money, you can start get certified with the numbers of security. Maybe the small security and get funded and try to find some project that you can engage. Ini tak boleh buat lah, tapi you try to engage with the industry or the company. Don't go for demanding something that they will not pay you. Just find a small project that can help industry. Then inshallah, I believe you will be hired later. Or you can start your small project and do some pitching. Okay. For instance, we have a job launch, okay, on October. You can start a project. I have one project. I just to share to you guys. I have a project whereby I want to integrate the Python codes with the Nmap to integrate with my Laravel, and then I will do the crawling on every page in Malaysia, for example. So what happened? I will produce the reports, and I will get this report and apa ni submit to the particular company that have a problem with the website lah, the vulnerabilities or whatnot. So it's a it's a small project, but it will benefit you a lot because you are actually doing the step by step of getting the knowledge. Whenever and whichever do you have anything that you find out later with the system. So I think that's the suggestion that I can think of right now lah. Later maybe you can have a chit chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. That's some great advice.
No problem, no problem. Good luck for your journey. Okay, Swaila. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Swaila. I think someone's talking just now. Siapa tadi? Khairil? Ah. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. Cantik. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, okay. Ya, betul, betul. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, bro. So, okay, just to correct my to explain balik lah. Yes, Quick is running on UDP, not TCP. Sorry, thank you so much, Karil. Thank you so much. It's happened to be here is on UDP. Quick is on UDP. So what happened on UDP? There is the connectionless lah. So when it's connectionless on UDP memang very fast. Betul lah cakap Karil. Thank you so much, Karil, for the advice for the ni question for the answer. Yeah, thanks. Okay, okay. Okay, thank okay, by the way, Salah, thank you so much. This is a good discussion actually. We are talking about TLS 1.3, 1.2 is a good question. Even though I cannot answer the question, but actually Kyril and one of our friends just now are helping to clear up things lah. It's very insightful. Yeah, I think we can go for research on this quick protocol lah. Are there any other question? So I think that's all for me. Yeah. Yes, selamat malam. Assalamualaikum. Thank you, Karen.